What's going on, YouTube and everybody else watching? This your boy King Gabe,
And this is Queen Tina.
and before we just want to state this movie review that you're about to get into for the Black Knight has been sponsored by Keon Smith, one of my boys from Kroger. They work over in the deli. Matter of fact, he the one that cooked the buffalo wings the best over there. Just say, shout out to you, Keon. Cause he always the one that be there when I go get the wings over there at Kroger. You know how I like the buffalo wings. You know what I'm saying? That sauce just right. Yeah, I know he.
Sorry.
Ooh,
Sorry about that.
I know. Honestly speaking, I know he don't do it by himself. I do. just making your props of your shout out there for your sponsor. So.
It won't surprise me if he put his foot in it. I'm talking about metaphorically, not literally.
I'm pretty sure he probably does.
To make the wings taste good.
Yeah, Kroger got some good buffalo wings. Yeah, so yeah, especially they well done. There, any of y'all ever went downstairs in the middle of the night to get something like wings or something like that and eat them right out the fridge? Don't even heat them up there. You just eat them and they still be good. Because you be trying to trying to eat and get back to bed.
It might be easier with the boneless wings.
Oh yeah, well some of them be eating the bone, and some of them don't care. Well, that's how these wings are. Yeah, cause like you say, sometimes I get them, be a little room temperature. Like I'm hungry.
You just don't care.
I
just want the wings.
I still eating because that sauce make up for it, man. So shout out to Keon. Yeah, Keon Smith.
Shit.
And we are talking about the Black Knight. And no, it's not Batman. We're talking about Martin Lawrence as Jamal Skywalker. What? Let's say, he might have considering. I've only seen. I know y'all probably gonna be really shocked to hear this. I've only seen one Star Wars movie. Shut your mouth.
Just one.
Yeah, you would think with the stuff that I'm interested in, and as nerdy as I am, you'd think I would have kept up with that. I kind of, and honestly, I do kind of feel bad about that. I just never really got around to seeing it, and it's not that I don't like Star Wars. I'm not saying I don't. Star Wars, I think Star Wars pretty cool, especially a lot of the stuff I hear about and Darth Vader and all that. I just never got to sit down and actually look at it. But one day, I gotta make it my business to look at some Star Wars.
I stumbled upon clips of Star Wars. They look good, but it's not my interest.
Mm-hmm. Well,
same goes with Star Trek. I seen only just a few episodes as a kid, but I don't remember much of Star Trek either. Well, Star Trek.
Now I've seen some Star Trek too. Yeah, definitely. Not enough to remember because I was like a little kid when I saw it and stuff. But I do recall watching Star Trek when it came on, like especially the opening theme and stuff like that. I even had a model of the spaceship.
I think I remember most of the current Star Wars back in the 90s than the ones from the 60s.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have quite a bit to look at when I actually sit down to watch Star Wars movies from beginning to where we are now.
It'll be. I think it has a bigger movie roster than the Avengers movies.
Yeah, since they've been around since the 60s. Yeah,
well, actually 70s.
70s was still.
Yeah.
Because Avengers, they've 2008 up to now. Which is right at about 15 years.
Yes.
A little bit longer in the MCU's timeline, but 15 years for real time. So, yeah, Star Wars got a track record.
I know if you would be able to look through Star Wars, you will skip the holiday special.
Yes, obviously. And I actually did. And yeah, I hate to admit I actually did see that. That was only because of the Nostalgia Critics review.
Just the whole special
I,
from beginning
I
to
think
end?
I recall seeing the whole special.
Yes.
I wish I hadn't though. I should have listened. I should have listened to you, Doug. But you know, some of us when we see review, not just from you, but other reviewers, even the bad one, we be like, maybe I should check it out. Yeah, sometimes we're a bit hard headed. I'm just saying.
Even the creator of Star Wars hate his own special, the Star Wars movie special. He hated it.
Well, that says something.
That he regret making it in the first place. That he doesn't want anybody to talk about it during his interviews.
Well, we will avoid that one now. We will avoid that mistake. I must at least Black Knight. What we're getting into is a lot better than that holiday special. Yeah, Jamal Skywalker sounds like a better idea.
Turns out it was released on my birthday in 2001.
Oh yeah, November 21st.
Yes. And I saw it alone in the theater.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
You didn't have nobody to turn around like, hey, you did it.
Oh.
That's.
But I did encounter a cute boy who worked at the theater.
Oh, must be me.
It wasn't you.
I didn't mess up. Yeah, only way it would have been if I was in California. I would have been like 13. She was 15. I would have been 13 if she saw me up there.
Actually, it was a boy who was a year older than me.
Oh,
yes.
Oh.
Yeah. He worked in the theater.
Well, he wasn't like that one. He wasn't like that guy from Turning Red, was he? At the supermarket.
Oh no. Let's just say he was sort of mixed at the time, a mixed race.
Oh yeah.
Sort of light, and he had acne on his face, and he had curly hair.
Sounds like Corbin Blue.
Yeah.
If he was around back then. Yeah. Well. Yeah, I would have been 13 trying to holler at her.
Yeah.
Hi.
You might need a plane ticket to California if you can.
That's if I already was there.
Oh.
I'm just saying if I already was in California. But yeah, so that was her first movie she saw by herself, Black Knight. That's why she picked this. And I remember my first movie I saw by myself completely was Santa Claus 3. And yeah, when you walk, if you've gone to movies with people for a long time and then you go to one by yourself, yeah, it's gonna feel really weird when you walk out because you're gonna look like, hey, oh. I'm not talking about myself.
I think I've seen a few movies by myself besides Black Knight. There were a few others.
Oh yeah.
But I don't remember now.
Well, yeah. See, I'm so used. Like I said, I'm so used to seeing movies, not just even in the theater, but even here at the house. Okay. Yes, I've seen movies by myself at the house, but I'm talking about going out to the movies. I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, going out to the movies. Yeah, I kind of like to have somebody with me.
Well, people have different tastes.
Yeah. I know, but it's more fun. It's more fun. Not saying you can't go to the movies by yourself if that's your thing, but it's just more fun. That's why, as Octacool say, we're gonna do the hardest thing is watch a movie. That takes two people. Yeah, they kind of got a point coming from my personal experience.
They could have said two or more people. Two or more.
Well, I guess I said two because there's two of them on the channel.
Yeah, it takes two. It would have been nice if it was two or more.
Woo!
Yeah. Imagine they had an audience with them, and they would say it will take two or more people to sit through this movie.
I'm doing like the way they do in their video.
Yeah.
Yeah. This movie gonna get you doing that there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so All right, let's get into it. 'Cause they probably wonder when we're gonna start.
Yeah.
Especially if Andre watching, because he told me that last. He said it took him a long time to start reviewing the movie.
Yes.
So anyway, Gina.
What?
Well, it's Martin Lawrence. What's up? Movie starts with Jamal
Yeah.
getting ready for his work, and of course having a montage of getting ready. God, like the way you do.
And you see him plucking his nose, and it was painful.
Ugh. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Then. Okay. Look, if I'm just gonna admit this to y'all. I know you're gonna go, but here it is. When I don't use tweezers. I usually just take my bare fingers and I wash my hands directly out. That's why I do it. Since I'm in the bathroom, do that and I wash my hands. But the tweezers are painful, and I actually have used that before. Oof. Ooh. So yeah, can't do that.
I only use tweezers when I pluck some small hairs in my chin, and it gets annoying at times.
Oh, you mean like the
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And sometimes my eyebrows. It all depends.
Sort of get them shaped up a little bit.
Yeah. And sometimes my pimples if I have any.
Now when you mentioned about your eyebrow, it made me think of Squidward.
Yes.
Just a flick.
But never my nose.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you made me think when Squidward was trying to flick it all of a sudden.
Yeah.
BAM!
It's
Pulled
pain-
off his whole eyebrow.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, of course, after all of that, he gets ready and pay close attention to the opening. They show street signs, Florence and Normandy, with no numbers or no lane or street, just Florence and Normandy.
Yes. It's like an Easter egg.
Yeah. Only criticism there is, might want it when you're making up street names, put the numbers in the street. Make it like an actual street. Just saying for future reference for movie writers.
Put actual street numbers.
Exactly. It's a little constructive criticism there.
I know every street all over the world has numbers. Have street numbers on your street.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So he gets to he go in medieval world, and they find out that there's a competition opening up Castle World, and of course Jamal and some of the other employees want to apply there. This kind of makes the boss lady sad. Tries to say that we're gonna stand tall, but they're like, no, we should just sell.
What?
Especially Jamal. Maybe I had high hopes for you, Jamal. Maybe you shouldn't.
That moment reminds me of a mother talking to her son.
Yeah, especially after he walked out and she turned to the camera and was.
Well, like she wants to cry.
Yeah.
Especially that part say, "I have high hopes for you."
That's pretty much one of the serious scenes. There are some, even though this movie's a comedy, there are some serious scenes in the movie. This is one of them, right in the beginning.
I know in her mind she didn't want to give up. She just want to keep going.
And I think after Jamal said what he said, she was probably having a bit of a mental crisis, decision making,
Yeah. Off screen.
Right, because of what we'll see at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So, of course, as they get to work, Jamal notices a magic artifact in the lake.
Actually, it's a moat.
Oh, the moat, along with some other junk.
Like a baby stroller and a bike in a moat?
Yeah, who throws a bike and a baby stroller
in the moat? I hope there was no baby in there.
I mean, it's bad. It's bad enough throwing like paper and stuff like that, but who would throw a bike and a baby stroller?
What's next? An abandoned vehicle? If that moat was big enough?
The only way that would be in there is if they drove it in there, and that'd be a little hard not to garner any attention. Like I said,
Especially if they crashed into medieval world.
Well, he tries to pick up the artifact and gets and now he's in medieval times.
If I was him, I'd rather find something else to pick it up with. Because you don't know what's in that water. It could be something else in there that you don't want to know what it is.
Yeah, I guess in his mind he thought he'd be able to reach it easily. But, yeah, man. Of course, coming out of the water in medieval to
Like, where am I? Like, where am I?
Yeah, that's Martin. Gina!
And then we see him encounter a man who was down on his luck.
A drunk peasant who later we would find out. I think his name,
Naughty?
Naughty, yes, Naughty. We find out later. Let's just say there's a brief moment where because of his drunkenness he falls out. And you remember the scene with this movie's got some similarities to Emperor's New Groove, by the way. Remember when Kuzco was out of it and Pa just, why me? Ooh, yeah, the mouth to mouth. Well, and what does Jamal do? He's like, okay, look, I'm just gonna look. I just want you to know if you wake up and see your brother kind of close to your mouth and everything, I just want to know it's not like that. I'm just trying to get your conscience again, okay, and get your breathing. Oh, there's some nachos or something.
It woke him up.
Yeah,
It's almost like he revived him.
pretty much because remember breath spray wasn't around back then. Not like this anyway.
There's a different Emperor's New Groove. Was released in the 2000 era. Well, the year 2000, and Black Knight was after that, 2001.
So I think they might have had some ideas from Emperor's New Groove.
I would say possibly.
Yeah, because it kind of turns in. There's, like I mentioned, there are some references to Emperor's New Groove in a PG-13 kind of way.
Yes.
Almost like the adult version of Emperor's New Groove.
Yeah.
So, of course, he has a moment with the peasant, gets to sit with him for a while, and even gives him a couple of dollars there. Cause,
He just want to help him out.
right, but however, he's not aware that he is in medieval time. He thinks that he's still in the city somewhere.
Yes.
And when he gets to the castle, oh boy, let's just say, oh, and also them $2 was to give him some soap and Tic Tacs, as he say. Yeah, there must have been some dollar soap back then, because I get like maybe a single soap bar, because I know he wouldn't be able to get no pack of soap.
I think they have a 99-cent store back where he lives.
Oh,
a 99
yeah.
cent store.
Oh yeah, sort of similar to the dollar store, kind of.
Yeah, I've been to the 99-cent store back in California.
I think we may have had one of those there.
Well, Dollar Tree.
Well, I'm talking about the 99-cent store, and then maybe had some others. We had some other kind of low bargain stores like Bill's once.
Bill's.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you probably, well, it's not over there no more, but it used to be kind of over there where County Market at on kind of off of Mansfield and Hearn. Yeah.
It would have been better if he just gave him a $5 bill.
You think? Because at least he could have got a meal.
Yeah, or even $10.
Yes, but yeah, that.
2 5s.
Yeah, why not? I mean, the guy.
Give him 2 5s.
Yeah, at least give. Yeah, maybe, but yeah.
He used the money he gave him to keep himself warm.
Yeah, because like I say, their currency in the medieval time is of course gold coins and diamonds and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess the money that Marty gave him is just something to keep them warm.
Paper. The ideal of paper money wasn't around yet.
Yes.
Yeah. So he arrives at the castle thinking that it's Castle World, and thinks like they really went all out, and sees a lady there named Victoria, who is the seventh chambermaid for the king, and tries to flirt with her, of course. Sort of like how I would if I saw her at the movies when she went to see Black Knight. 'Cause, yeah. But, and there's this, of course, gotta have a douchebag in the movie. And it's not the king yet, but Percival, who kind of tries to flirt with all the different ladies, including Victoria.
And he's the one who run Jamal over when he saw him.
Oh yeah, and calls him Nor.
More and more.
More, which is a term that people in this country used back then whenever they refer to any person who appeared brown skinned,
Or dark skin.
right? Us, Muslims, and anybody else that even was look close to us.
At least it's better than the N word as before the N-word.
Yeah, boy.
Yes.
But yeah, you catch on quick to what he probably. But if you watched this movie before this review, you would probably caught on to what that Nor was meaning there.
Yes.
Because which I still looked it up just to confirm.
Yes.
But I sort of figured that it had the way he was using it, the fact that he didn't really like Jamal too much. Yeah, he must be racist.
Yes.
Yeah, and probably some of the others that use a little bit too. We'll get to that.
I think when he sees Victoria, he might think that she's completely white, even though she's biracial.
The Percival.
I'm talking about Victoria. He might think that she's completely white.
Who would think that?
Talking about Percival.
No, he didn't, because Percival's called her his Nubian queen.
Oh, Nubian.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knew.
Oh.
He knew.
And still flirting with her?
Uh-huh.
I know she was disgusted by him.
I think there was some other ladies that were disgusted by it. It was almost like Buddy Love when he came in that scene. That was like, oh, was that a test tube in my pocket, or are you just happy to see me? Oh, how dare you!
He started to remind me of Gaston.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Gaston, if he was from medieval times.
I am Gaston.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Except Percival have a little bit of a belly on him.
I guess he liked the actor that. I guess he's similar to the actor that played Ramsey, except he's not sucking it in. Yeah. To suck. Moses, how good it is to see you.
Yeah.
All right, and cut.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, since I just mentioned Ramses, I gotta give you your props, man, because you had to go through a lot of scenes with your shirt off, holding your stomach in, and still acting. That's probably why he sounded the way he did when he delivered his line. But he still did a good job though, because you trying to act and hold your breath too.
Yeah.
Good job, man. Because cause I think he did a lot more acting through his facial and body language more so than his verbal language.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, but yeah, Percival say, I ain't doing all that stomach sucking thing.
Like he's just gonna go all out.
Hey.
He's going all out and just be a jerk.
Yeah, and speaking of letting their stomach out, I'll get to that in a minute. But one of my boys, Josh at work, told me something about the fat cats back then. Yeah.
Fat cats.
Yeah, referring to the people in the royal power.
Oh.
Yeah. We'll get into that there. After that, Jamal's introduced to the king in the way that you would introduce a basketball player. Here, Jamal Skywalker!
And when he came, there's no reaction to the people. No reaction. They just look at him confused and weird. Like, who is this guy?
Yeah, even the king, like,
Huh?
I guess Jamal was probably expecting some music or something.
Not just music, but also applause.
Yeah. Oh, and and I guess maybe that'd be funny. That'd be funny if somebody asked, "Where's Luke Skywalker?" The Force is strong with this one.
Except his Luke Skywalker's from a different time period.
Yeah, I know. But you make it, but yeah, that is interesting that they chose his last name to be Skywalker. I'm curious about that.
I think Skywalker is his stage name. It might be his stage name. Because we don't know what his actual last name was.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Or I think maybe his first and last name is Jamal Walker, or maybe Sky is a middle name. Think about it.
Or just Jamal Walker.
Yeah, maybe either a middle name or something he added in his name. That actually could make sense because it's sort of like I'm Gabriel King Gabe Johnson.
Yeah.
Or Arthur William of the Turkey Legs, Arthur King Williams.
So.
Yeah, it could work. So the king asks Jamal when the Duke is going to arrive. Jamal thinks that he's supposed to improv. The Duke will arrive on Tuesday.
And the king took it literally.
Tuesday. That's a splendid idea.
He just took it literally, the king. Even though Jamal is not sure about it, he just did some improv.
Yeah, because that's what he thought. He thought this was an act. He thought they would cause remember he still think he's in Castle World. so he thinking that it's part of the show. The show. And speaking of Tuesday, you know who else was excited about Tuesday?
You?
Okay, true, but also Norbit.
Oh.
Tuesday. You say Tuesday again? Yeah, you don't see Wednesday.
Oh. Way to ruin my moment.
Wait, what was your? Wait, what'd I do?
I was just referring to the Norbit joke.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
Yeah. That's what somebody might say. Way to ruin my moments. Killjoy. Yeah.
I love you. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. So, so of course, as one of the king's servants showed Jamal around the palace, Jamal has to use the bathroom, and
And you also think that this is a hotel he's staying in.
yeah. Oh yeah, it's a hotel. I guess you can look at it that way, but this ain't the Holiday Inn though.
Or the Hilton.
At least them bathrooms aren't. Yeah. The bathroom, by the way, you go in a room, and it's just a stone slab seat with a hole in it and some hay next to it.
Where's a bucket to clean your hands? Since there's no sinks back then.
I have the only thing I can say from what I saw in there is that you sit on that. I guess if you do number 2, you sit on the hole.
And it's a small hole.
Yeah, and I guess you're supposed to clean yourself with the hay. Even from medieval time, you ain't never heard of cloth.
I prefer the cloth.
Oh, and then and you think that like you just had the bucket of water, something to wash it, some way to wash. I mean, okay, I know they ain't got plumbing, but you think they have some way of, thou cleanses my hands.
It makes you wonder, how does the ladies feel, especially when they on their time of the month, if you know what I mean. How do the ladies feel?
I think that movie. I don't think the movie writers thought of that.
Oh.
I honestly do not think they did when they wrote this movie. I think the only thing they was thinking was Martin Lawrence in medieval time. That's as far as their thinking went, and whatever sounded funny.
If I was from the medieval time period, I'm definitely using cloth.
Yeah, I know you. Well,
Yes.
I know you'd be more sanitary.
And find a bucket to clean my hands.
Of course, I bet of course, some of the guys like Martin would even agree with you on that, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. And when he's telling the guy about this, he's just looking at him like, I ain't gonna say the name of this guy, but one of the guys like, what?
Like, you haven't heard of a bathroom? Oh, wait. Guess what time period is in? They don't have a bathroom.
Or at least some kind of way. I mean, even in the Bible, they had ways of keeping themselves clean. And I'm talking about, and I ain't just talking about the people in the palace either. Oh dear. Even they kept them,
Kept themselves clean.
Mm-hmm. Well, so,
There are other ways to keep yourself clean, even if it's just water.
yeah, I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure they had to do something.
Yes.
Of course, so yeah, after that experience, well, let's just say it's not as worse as what he sees next, which is an execution. Oh boy.
Yeah, again, they're seeing a live execution. It will make a person really cringe, as well as cover their face in knives.
Especially when he realized it was real.
Don't get me started. Was a crucifixion.
I don't think he wants. He might. I don't think his reaction would be the same. He would really be freaking out.
So freaking out that he might have PTSD.
If that images like that would be flashing in his mind constantly.
And he will have major PTSD.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And what freaks him out even more is after he faints and wakes up to find out that he's not in some Castle World skit. He's in 1328.
Wow. And the lady say, the date frightens you?
Technically, yes. Yep. And after revealing that to him, Victoria reveals that she has a medallion, pretty much like Jamal's, and first thing that she thinks is that Jamal is here to help them defeat the evil king to restore the proper queen to her throne. I gotta say, hearing all of that and the medallion, starting to get some Legend of Zelda vibes. Oh my goodness, I just pictured it. Martin Lawrence as Link.
Yes.
Well, excuse me, princess.
And Victoria as the princess?
Oh, thanks a lot, hero. Hey, excuse me, princess.
She does get upset with him in later scenes.
Yeah, and for good reason too.
Yes.
Regardless of how it comes to that, but she do have some legit reasons of why she's upset. I mean, just the fact that we hear about this evil king and how he's being right here at the beginning of the movie, it's not really her getting upset is not really gonna be that big of a surprise.
Not just an evil king, but also a crooked king.
Yes. So
He always says, my patience is wearing thin.
yeah, he doesn't really have good patience. There's your PG-13 Cusco right there.
The king.
Right. You remember how Emperor's New Groove when Cusco... Ow! You threw off my groove! I'm sorry, but you've thrown off the Emperor's groove. Dang. Sorry! Now, of course, in real life, yeah, he would be really hurt from getting thrown out the palace, but it's a cartoon logic, though.
Not just hurt, but also possibly dead, depending on his condition.
Yeah, and how high he's up too.
Yes.
But see, however, yeah, this is supposed to be like real life, so yeah. Just imagine the king have somebody throw it, but not in a comedic way.
Ooh.
Yeah, like he actually take them out of my castle.
Ouch.
Yeah, there'd be some folks. Yeah, in this PG-13 version, yeah, he's got some folks dead. Yeah,
He just don't give a crap.
yeah, I think you probably just like Victoria, you know how Yzma wanted to kill Cusco.
Yes.
Yeah, people would probably be really siding with Yzma majorly because Yzma probably teamed up with Victoria in this movie.
To stop the king.
Because yeah, she would be the hero of this movie.
So,
Like, don't give us the. Oh, this. Well, Victoria, we can poison him with this. That is poison, right? That's not going to turn him into a llama.
it's actual poison.
Exactly. We just put it in the food. So, after all that, Jamal earlier had asked for a ride around the town, a ride out of the town or around the town, I'm not sure. So, this leads to a comedic horse ride. That's what they give him to ride.
And let's just say it didn't go out as he planned. It didn't go out too well. He was hoping that it was like a vehicle, like a limo.
Yeah, because remember he thought he up until now he thought he was in Castle World.
Yes. But they gave him a vicious horse.
Pretty much. That horse looked like they took the horse from Tangled and painted him black. If you think about it.
Yes.
So then he's invited to dinner, and now we've seen. I think the biggest review that we've seen, probably the only review that I recall seeing, is this double toasted review of Black Knight. And of all the things that they talked about from the movie, I am really surprised. How is it that you guys didn't say anything about the dinner scene? that should have got your attention. That disgusting as that kid was. Let me carve the meat.
Okay, you gonna use a knife?
Nope, he uses bare hands.
And he has rings on him.
Yeah, really? Then he lets the dog lick his fingers, and also scoop up some peas. Oh.
Imagine him working at a restaurant as one of the chefs. And
No,
using
he
all
would-
his bare hands.
In this day and time,
instead of using utensils to cook the food.
He'd be fired in this day and time for that.
Especially when cameras saw him.
Mm-hmm.
Don't get me started if he sneezed without you sneezed by on his hands and without washing his hands.
No, he did well. I put it this way: he did worse than that.
Yeah. Oh.
And even Percival was a little disgusting. Yeah. Now we see. Now see this. This is what So yeah, first thing I saw this scene, I was like, wait a minute. I know there's no indoor plumbing and all of that, but I've watched movies like the Ten Commandments, different events in the Bible, and they didn't have, electricity and all that back then either, but the kings of Egypt and and other kingdoms like the Amorites, the Moabites, and all of that, they had ways of keeping themselves clean and being sanitary without, all the stuff that we got. I would think, especially the Egyptians. But I found this out. This is what I found out. Turns out, okay, we know Egypt is a part of Africa, right?
Yes.
It was our people from places like Egypt, Africa, all the different areas of Africa and stuff like that, that taught these people of the medieval time how to be sanitary.
Not just medieval times, but any but any other types of royalty.
right, of this type of group of people.
Yes.
So us brothers and sisters were the ones that had to teach them how to be neat when they eat.
That is surprising. I didn't know about that until now.
That's what my boy Josh told me there. So yeah, y'all thank my boy Josh for that info.
Yeah. I know people in the New Testaments were fed by unleavened bread and fish, and they have clean hands when they eat.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you even because there's I mean I know they don't just mention like every time, but yeah, there was a day where we wash your hands.
Yes.
Yeah, so they even they and then like you take like times where they go in the temple and stuff to worship God. They had themselves clean for that.
Yes.
So
It says you have to be clean in God's presence.
yeah, you want to make look your best,
Yes,
Be
as
your
well as
best.
presentable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, give God your best,
Yes.
So also another thing that Josh told me, referring to these type of people in this time period, this group of people that Martin's with,
Yes.
it was actually the peasants of this group that already were actually more sanitary than the kings and stuff. Because he said the thing with the kings of these type of countries, and that was how they defined being rich and powerful, all the stuff they had and fat cats.
And they don't care about cleanliness. They just care about being rich and powerful and just treating the peasants like crap.
And I feel bad for them rings on his fingers.
I
And
bet
anybody
the-
else who had to eat food served by his hands.
Yeah, I bet the rings are stickier.
Oof.
You still see people in this day and time touch food with rings on their hands in this day and time.
Yeah, which I don't ever eat with my rings on. However, I will give people this much credit. At least, yeah, which obviously because it's modern era, they will wash their hands, I guess, with the ring on as well. But personally, I would say, you might want to take that off while you're eating there. I'm just saying, especially real messy food like ribs and stuff.
Not just that, but also touching dirty items and
Yeah.
cleaning up stuff that's dirty.
Or especially working on cars or stuff.
Working on
I've-
cars or picking up trash and any other dirty chores.
Because I've seen some mechanics with their wedding ring and they keep it on even when they're doing the car work.
Some people just wear their rings 24/7.
Yeah, and I understand, bond, with your wife,
24/7.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm pretty sure your spouse will understand you wanting to keep your bond clean. Just saying. Yeah. Boy, almost. We talk about cleanliness, so one might have a PSA on cleanliness. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. So like they say, like they say in them show when, which I don't like Robot Chicken, but one little clip I did see of it with Looney Tunes, Elmer, they were doing a battle rap and Elmer put, I pull out my shotgun. Daffy said, hey, keep it clean, I'm gonna keep it clean.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is what so yeah, that's how it was there. Jamal was then asked to dance to show the culture of Florence and Normandy. Okay. And, well, with the music they give him at first.
It's almost like he's doing interpreted dance, but a bad job with it.
Yeah,
And he's not feeling it.
it's almost like something Squidward would do.
Yes. I'm not feeling this vibe.
So he goes over to musician. The instruments. Skywalker. My patience is growing and is growing thin.
My patience is wearing thin.
Yeah, we get that. Yeah, we get that, King. You, especially with the severed heads out there, we kind of get that. Ooh. So of course, he managed to get them. The music, and yep, they get into it. So, and one thing Double Toast say, like Jamal must be a sorcerer of soul now,
Yeah.
because they started playing the music. He wasn't even conducting them. No, he started off conducting them, but then he wasn't even doing any conducting. They just knew what to do.
And we see them blowing the trumpet.
Oh yeah, the trumpets back then. Boom, boom, boom. But
It's almost like that music been dubbed on the trumpet.
probably was.
Yes.
I probably was there, or either they wired them trumpets some kind of way for the movie.
Yes.
But yeah, it's like, that's what they say. Must have been a sorcerer of soul, because that's which he could have been. Maybe even Jamal didn't know it. Maybe that item he reached for in the water gave him some powers. If you think about it.
And looked like everybody liked the music.
Dance to the music. Even they were doing like Soul Train, Thriller, a little moonwalking.
Yes.
Music. This music gets so good that the king's daughter decides that's off limits to Jamal. Decides, screw that. Come here.
Looked like she wants some chocolate.
Yeah.
She got her chocolate.
Yeah, she want the chocolate vanilla swirls of TCBY. That's what I used to get that at TCBY.
Chocolate vanilla swirl.
Mm-hmm. So she wanted some of that before TCBY became a thing.
Yes. If you can't decide on chocolate, vanilla, or even strawberry, get both or free
Napoleon.
flavors. Yeah, Neapolitan.
Oh, that's what. Okay.
Chocolate, vanilla, strawberry.
Ah.
If you can't decide on chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, just get all free flavors. Neapolitan.
I think we both. I know you've had it. I think I've had it too.
Neapolitan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little strawberry. Yeah, but of course, old Percival don't take so well to Jamal being with the daughter.
And he's trying to kill him.
Yeah. Of course, obviously Jamal's going to try to escape. Behold, he actually fell for that.
Like what?
all he said was "behold."
Like where?
Sort of like a scene in I don't know if any of y'all watched it. I watched Space Goose.
Yeah.
There's one scene, this alien stuffs a whole turkey in his, or chicken in his mouth. Don't do that, you'll hurt yourself. So he tells everybody, hey, look out there. Huh? What? And while they're looking, he eats another chicken. Look out. All he said was, look out there. They don't even know what they're looking for. Behold. What am I supposed to behold? Why, you? Why? So, and this little chase that Percival gives after Jamal causes the two of them to accidentally foil the king's assassination.
Ooh.
Yeah, kind of wonder what direction this movie would have went if that assassination was successful.
Try to kill the king?
Yeah. Because, I think there was poisoned food. I think one of them actually had like a dagger that was going to come at him.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The king assumes that Jamal saved them and even though it was an accident, and makes him a lord of the court. And of course Jamal just kind of goes with it because, honestly, in all fairness, he don't really know. His only thing is just trying to stay alive. So he has no idea of what the do's and don'ts exactly are at this moment there. knows a little bit of it, but yeah, yeah, like you say, he's at the same time he's trying to stay alive.
Not just stay alive, but try and get out of there.
Exactly.
Out of this time period.
Yeah. So, yeah, we see more of how crooked the king is, where he's actually gonna kill a guy for taking a turnip out of his garden.
It's just a small turnip. He's trying to feed his family.
And of course, Jamal is actually able to save the guy in private, and even give him some
coins.
Yeah, some coins in order to give the guy a break.
If I was him, I would just give him just a bag of coins. I would just tell him it's coins for you instead of just taking it out of the bag.
Yeah, he could have.
Yeah, just to make him flee quickly.
Well, I put it this way: whether he did that or regardless of how he gave it to him, yeah, it still took, because the guy, he was in such shock from what had happened.
Yes.
So yeah, so he was the guy kind of was a little like, come on, go.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, in fairness, yeah, this guy was pretty terrified, and probably not, his mental state was probably it probably took him a while to process that.
Imagine it was the other way around with a different race.
Oh dear.
Yes.
More.
Yes.
The Moors.
Yes.
Yes. So yeah, so yeah, it's pretty much PG-13 Kuzco.
Yes.
Yeah, and this Kuzco is not skinny either. Yeah, this the fat cat Kuzco that wants to kill you.
Not just fat, but also old.
Oh yeah. I guess this is what Kuzco would be like if he never met Pacha.
Oh.
If you think about it, this is what he could have grown up to be.
Just an old crooked king.
Yeah, it wouldn't be as comedical and colorful anymore. Cause then he'd just be snapping on people. Oh boy. So yeah, so then of course, as we go later in the movie, the real Duke shows up that next morning. And oh boy, the king is mad. And when they get to Jamal's room, he wakes up. Turns out they find the king's daughter in the bed with him.
It almost reminds me of the Jacob and Leah scenario.
Yes, with Jacob. Cause what happened? Jamal thought that night before, he thought that Victoria came in there.
Yeah.
Because it was dark and everything. He thought Victoria came in there, but turned out it was Regina,
the king's daughter.
And I gotta say this. Dang, Regina!
Wow.
Yeah, because I can say, dang, Gia!
Yes.
Regina. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't say that.
Gina.
Regina.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, like you say with the Jacob scenario, yeah, because that's like Jacob. He thought he was getting married to Rachel.
Yeah.
Turns out Uncle LeBron had tricked him with Leah. That's one reason. One of the many reasons I'm glad I don't drink there, because yeah, I want to as a after at my wedding at our wedding, I'm staying sober. I ain't you ain't about to have me thinking like, hey Christina, then I wake up and some other woman in the bed. Ah, where's Christina?
In our actual wedding, we didn't have no alcohol. We didn't.
Well, now you see why.
Yeah.
we don't want a Jacob and Leah scenario.
Yeah.
I don't want to end up like that.
We had a few drinks, but no alcohol at all. None.
Yeah, we stayed sober. So, yeah. Oh yeah, so yeah, it was because of this, Jamal is put into prison, which is also a reference to Joseph. When Joseph got sold into Egypt and he was working under Potiphar, Potiphar made him head of his household when when he's out of the house and stuff. And when Potiphar was away, Potiphar's wife started flirting with Joseph, like, "Hey, come over here. No, you're my master's wife. No, Nanny, come on, Joseph. Don't be that way."
Tempting her.
Yeah. And Joseph left. I think the Bible said that she grabbed a hold of his coat, but he kept on running out. So she used that.
Ooh. And accused him?
That servant of yours, he tried to sleep with me. Arrest Joseph. Right? Yeah, but unlike Joseph, Jamal is put in a really small prison cage.
It's like they trapped him like an animal, and the other prisoners outside of him get some breathing room. The other prisoners.
Well, see, none of the other prisoners slept with the king's daughter.
Yes, they just get breathing room.
Yeah, see, I guess Jamal's crime is up here.
And then the prisoners talk about their deaths, and they are so calm and nonchalant about it.
Yeah, really, you guys aren't at least a little bit concerned about your life?
If death was in discussion, I would be terrified.
And especially the way that it's being, especially the execution and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they talk about the legend of the Black Knight.
Yeah. So, because they did show that legend earlier in the movie, when it was a little brief puppet show.
Yeah, and I think the pup is also an Easter egg.
Pretty much. So
we got 2 Easter eggs.
Mm-hmm.
The street names and the Black Knight puppet.
Yep.
That would lead to 2 bigger plots.
Yep. Oh, and I forgot. Yeah, Florence and Normandy. Yeah,
yes.
Because that's when he said Florence and Normandy. Beg pardon. We were expecting one from Normandy.
Yes.
So, according to the legend of the Black Knight, the knight only fights for justice, and he once was swallowed by a dragon, but he managed to get himself free, and because he was in a dragon, he can breathe fire.
Wow.
The Black. So apparently, being inside the dragon gave him powers. So Jamal is then taken to be executed, and of course, obviously, like anybody, he tried to struggle to get free. Of course, even begging a random priest that he passed by. Hey, come on, I'm going to church, I paid my time, come on, let me out of here, come on now!
Looks like the priest can't help you.
Well, not this one now.
I wish Jesus was here. He might save me.
Well, they say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I get ways that we never would think of.
Yes.
One, Jamal tries to pretend to be a sorcerer by claiming he'll bring the sun down. And he accidentally throws his lighter, which sets things on fire. I guess there's a sign.
Yes.
And in the chaos, Victoria and some rebels are able to get him out. Especially one of the rebels being Sir Naughty.
Sir Naughty?
Mm-hmm. The former knight to the original queen, and the one that Jamal had saved in the very first scene that he arrived there.
Looked like he got himself sober in order to save Jamal.
Sort of a repaying of a debt there. Since Jamal had revived him with the breath spray earlier.
Yes.
And also, Naughty also felt graceful of Jamal talking to him, even though Jamal was talking about modern day stuff that he had no idea what he was talking about. But he was like, I thank you for your conversation.
I think Victoria mentioned in an earlier scene that she thinks that Naughty is dead.
Yeah, I think it was I think her, or it might have been the queen that mentioned, I'm not sure.
Victoria mentioned that first.
Okay.
And then the queen.
Okay, see, I might have missed that. Okay. Yes. That's another reason why you need two people watching a movie.
Yeah.
You need two set of eyes. Two set of eyes, two set of ears.
Yeah.
The one person will catch what the other doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah. Just like when we watch just like when we be looking at Yu-Gi-Oh episodes.
Yeah. Well, after being saved by another person, your life does have meaning. Like you do have something to live for.
Which is why he came back to save Jamal.
Yes. That do matter.
Yeah. And of course, once they get to their hiding spot where all the rebels are, the queen shows up, kind of giving me a Queen Leia vibe. And wow, we get Jamal Skywalker, and now a queen that looks just like Queen Leia.
Now the rebels reminds me of Moses with his people in the Old Testament and Jesus with his people in the New Testament. Yeah.
More biblical you get a lot of references here.
Yes.
A lot of references there.
Yeah.
And going with the Star Wars thing, if Jamal Skywalker is Luke Skywalker, I guess Percival would pretty much be like Darth Vader, and the king would be the Emperor. Good. Harness your anger.
Or let the hate flow through you.
Yeah, we kind of got this kind of a Star Wars vibe in Yu-Gi-Oh! GX that we see so far. Apparently, Jaden Yuki is Luke Skywalker, and Astra Phoenix is Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And I guess the dude from the what's his name, from the Society of Light?
Yes.
Sagittarius
Or
is the
Japanese Sayo.
Sayo. He's the Emperor.
Yes.
Good. Channel all I need you, Jaden. Young Jedi. Yep.
At least Sayo is easier to pronounce.
That's a good point.
Yes.
Yeah.
Just 2 syllables.
That's a good point, yeah. That's probably would go by that more so.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, the American dub didn't just do that to make it simple.
Yes.
Anyway, but yeah. So now they have to try to inspire the people to rise up and defend the kingdom, especially a few moments later when there's a brief moment where Jamal actually helps Naughty to get over his drinking problem by helping him against some thugs that make fun of him.
Yes, and the thugs think that Naughty is weak, that he's not even a man, he don't have no fight in him. But Naughty proved them wrong.
Right, when Jamal steps in,
yes,
then the two of them are actually team up to fight off the thugs. And there is a cringing scene, but it does have significance when they throw Naughty's thing of wine into some manure and tell him to pick it up. But when Jamal comes to save him, Naughty gets his and they say the wicked shall receive their just reward.
Yes.
Naughty takes one of the thugs and pushes their face in the manure.
Ooh.
Payback.
At least Naughty got his dignity.
I guess that's his way of, okay, you get the wine.
At least he kept his dignity.
Oh yes, thanks to some help from Jamal there. And however, things don't look so good for the rebels when Victoria gets kidnapped, though.
Yes.
And this is where the motivation to get them to rise up against the king comes from. Queen, kind of surprised that she's not too good with motivational speeches.
It's almost like she's crying out for something. That sounds more like a battle cry than a motivational speech.
Yeah, well, if you change the dialogue with it, that could work like that.
And I know the people are not buying it.
And of course, Jamal tries to, with some Rodney King thing, and dude, you couldn't, if you were going to use an example, try MLK.
Yeah, Martin Luther King.
Yeah, that'd be a little better. But
Or
he,
even Jesus.
that would,
It could be either one. Since they're
if
positive
only.
examples.
If only he had thought to do that.
But if he did do the Martin Luther King reference or the Jesus reference, it wouldn't be funny.
Yeah, but he would at least be able to get a better motivation out of the two of them.
Yes.
But eventually, but even though he doesn't do that, he does eventually manage to properly motivate the people and give them some training to toughen them up, which includes sports references.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we get to see some sport moves in this fight.
Huh.
Oh yeah, and during the battle, Jamal arrives as the Black Knight.
And Percival's reaction, like, what?
The Black Knight?
He's here?
Yeah, until they realize that it's Jamal under there. But we do get a really good fight scene with Percival and Jamal, though.
Yes.
And let's just say Jamal, and also the way he's trained the people how to fight,
Yes.
kind of makes me think of Bulk and Skull fighting the Cogs and Zeo.
All comedical fighting.
Right, because the Cogs were programmed to fight warriors.
And they don't understand comedical fighting in their mindset.
Exactly, it's not in there, so they didn't know how to evade the attack or what.
It's just not in their system.
Mm-hmm. And we do get a brief moment where Percival out of nowhere betrays the king and shoves him into the ocean.
Ouch.
Not sure how that came up, but okay.
Now it almost reminds me of Jazz being thrown out.
Yeah, except I think the king dies.
Oh.
Yeah, because we don't ever see him again. Mm-hmm. And Percival injures Victoria, which causes the one-on-one fight between him and Jamal. And let's just say the sport moves are, as Pokemon would say, super effective.
Yes.
Which results in him knocking Percival off his high horses. and Percival does try to attack him from behind, but Naughty gets the final attack to save the queen.
Even though that Jamal thinks that he is on his dying breath and just dying. Just dead. Mm-hmm.
But it turns out he got his second win. Yep.
And survived.
And causes Percival to fall off the castle. The same way he killed the king.
Ouch. Must be revenge.
Sounds like mixed with a dash of karma.
Could be karma.
Mm-hmm.
What goes around comes around.
Oh yeah.
Except he didn't fall down to the moat. Just fall down on solid ground.
So you know he's dead.
Oof.
So after the battle, the queen knights Jamal. I dubbed the Black Knight. Clear! Wait, what? Turns out this whole thing was a dream.
And his friend mentioned that you've been out for 10 minutes.
So you mean to tell me he been through days in this medieval time for 10 minutes in the real... What is this, the digital world logic?
Longer in the fantasy world, but shorter in reality.
Yeah, I guess it sounds like Digimon Season 1.
At least it's better than Twilight.
Yeah, because of course, with serious moments, but mostly for comedy there.
Yeah, I think Click also had that moment when he wasn't at that Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah, and it kind of made sense with Click too, because he's supposed to learn. It sort of Click sort of came off like another version of A Wonderful Life a little bit.
For a life lesson.
Yeah, so it worked in that movie, and it also works in this movie.
Yes.
Because that explains a lot of why Jamal hadn't aged, and why he didn't have no stubble or nothing.
Yes. And his friend also mentioned that with an accident like that, we could just sue. And then Jamal say, there's no honor in that.
Mm-hmm.
Because he learned something from his dream.
And with that, they are able to... he helps his boss inspire her to restore medieval world.
6 weeks later.
even making her a queen.
Aw. I know that made her day. It make her feel special.
Oh yeah, and he even meets a special lady.
Who looks similar to the girl that he met in medieval time. But except the girl's name is Nicole, but her friends call her Nikki. And they almost look the same.
Pretty much. And just as he tries to get her number, he gets knocked into the moat again. But instead of in medieval time, he ends up in gladiator time, chased by lions.
Wow. At least the moat water is clean.
But they might need to check out the magic abilities of that moat there, because there's something magical in that water. That's sending him to all these worlds.
It wouldn't surprise me if he went to the underwater kingdom.
And you know, maybe he might have actually went to this world and all that time passed in 10 minutes of our time. Maybe after the Queen's, maybe what happened when the Queen said clear, maybe whatever magic sent him there sent him back to our world. Well, there was magic involved, you never know. As Linkara say, it's magic, doesn't have to be explained.
If I was entering into a magical world, it would be like in a rabbit hole somewhere or in a clean lake. And I'm in another world.
Like Alice in Wonderland kind of thing? With
Yes.
the whole...
And turns out I was dreaming this whole time.
And I guess the lake referring to the mermaids.
Yeah, the underwater kingdom. And while I'm in a lake, and while I woke up, I'm in a pile of sand. I'm at a beach or near a lake somewhere, outside the lake or whatever, or at the hospital
Pretty much.
because I was in a coma for several hours.
Yeah, be something like that there.
Yes. Like, how long have I been asleep? You were just in a coma for like a day or two.
And I guess there'd be a train there by the hospital.
Oh.
Yeah. So that's the Black Knight there. The Martin Lawrence.
Yes.
Boy, this I actually, now she saw it. She got lucky enough to see it in theaters in its premiere date. I didn't see it till it just came on TV randomly one day.
Oh.
Yeah, I wasn't so lucky. Yeah, but we see it now.
Yes.
And it's not a bad film. It's actually I would definitely recommend you check it out there, especially Martin Lawrence fans there.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's definitely it's really random, but it is funny, and like I mentioned, it's like a PG-13 Emperor's New Groove. In a way, because Emperor's New Groove was a random movie.
It's also funny, sort of a guilty pleasure, despite how much money it earned at the box office that's below their budget. I hated that it bombed at the box office. No wonder it was so underrated and never been spoke of until now.
That just goes to show you there are some movies you gotta use. You still like I told one of my boys at work, the one that's like what told him, I remember I was asking him about had he I think what movie that was. I think the Spider-Man Tom Holland movie. He was like I don't like. I was like, have you seen it? He's like, I saw clips and the trailer. I was like, you gotta see. Okay, I know everybody got what they like and don't like, but a proper judgment is made when you see the whole movie, not just a trailer or some little clip on YouTube. See the movie, then you determine what you think of it.
When people see the trailers for the first time, they just despise it quickly.
Exactly.
Even though they haven't seen the movie just yet.
And another thing I even said, yes, I made that mistake too with like say for instance when they first announced Digimon was coming out, and I was like, man, that Pokemon ripoff, get out of here with that. But then I actually watched it. And I did make that mistake with Yu-Gi-Oh! Yes, you wouldn't believe this. as big as I am into Yu-Gi-Oh, I almost didn't watch it at one point because I thought it was ripping off of card captors. But then I watched it and then understood it. Oh, this is not like card captors. This is good. So that's why I strongly say to people, you cannot go by the assumption of a trailer or a random clip here and there. You gotta see the whole thing. Then you make your judgment. Just like with fruits and vegetables in the produce department.
Same goes with tasting food.
Exactly. Yeah, see the film. Then see that way then you can share your opinions.
Yes.
Just like we are.
Well, if Black Knight did go on for a sequel, it would be Martin and in the Gladiator times if they did get if they did have enough money for a sequel.
Yeah, it would have. I admit that would be kind of an interesting random sequel. But yeah, I think what we got is pretty good there.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially the way. Yeah,
The way it ended.
I think leaving us wondering what that would have been like. You know, it's all. Sometimes it's good to have that what would have happened, and you know, the sequel would just be in your head. There, just be left up to interpretation.
Yes, in your mind.
Right. Sometimes it is best to let people just interpret the ending in their way.
Yes.
Right. So because that's what makes us talk about these movies more so.
Or interpreted TV shows that ended in a cliffhanger that they don't get another season.
Yeah, like Teen Titans with the ending with Terror, which was pretty sad. There.
Yes.
Things change, Beast Boy. Yeah. So, yeah, which it would be nice to get another season of Teen Titans instead of that Teen Titans Go crap, but
yeah.
Okay. Or at least by this point, you know, you could at least give us a reboot series or an actual movie.
Heck, it wouldn't surprise me if they have a live-action Teen Titans movie.
Hopefully, it will be based off of the 03 series. Yeah.
Yes.
We don't want to go.
Heck, if you want to make it dark, that's fine.
It all depends on your story. Yeah.
Yes.
The main focus, you have to make sure your story's good. Then the story will determine the tone itself.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's the thing you gotta. Yeah. Anything you write, regardless of dark, light, that story is the most important thing, and that will determine your tone.
As well as, does the story make sense and does the plot make sense?
Yes. Yes, indeed. Yeah. Yep. Sort of. That's kind of like how I feel about the Venom movie. It's not a bad film. I enjoy Venom and I enjoy a sequel, but I in my opinion I think it would have benefited. It would have been an even better movie as an R-rated, and go all out.
Yes.
Because of Venom, since you're focusing on him, why not?
I feel like Venom was limited.
Yeah. Like I say, what we got is good. Don't get me wrong, but I just kind of wonder if we, especially the sequel. Yeah, you're talking about Carnage. Yeah, Carnage. You should have got R-rated for that.
Yeah.
Because that dude in the Spider-Man animated series was brutal.
Yes, and mean.
Mm-hmm. That's like the Joker dialed up to 11.
Imagine the Joker meeting Carnage.
They would bring the whole town of Gotham and New York down.
I know the Joker in that new Batman film, the current one, he looks really scary. So scary that he don't have too much hair. Yeah,
I seen that.
And you just see him in a blur.
Mm. Yep, they got some scary Jokers. Yeah.
I guess we don't see his complete face until the sequel comes out.
Probably so.
Yes, and we would know what he really looked like.
Yep. But yeah, that's pretty much the point. The story will depict your tone for the movie, and just like how the story of Black Knight depicted its tone.
Yes.
Yep. So anything else? Yeah, for that.
Yeah. It was a good birthday present. I didn't feel bad that I didn't have no one with me. I didn't feel bad. I just had myself a great time.
Well, cause yeah, cause you were you. Yeah, cause how you were back then.
Yeah, and I was young and excited. And I think I got me some ice cream after the movie.
You just had yourself some me time, didn't you?
Yes. The movie theater I went to was in a shopping center.
That's
It was upstairs.
yeah,
It was right across the ice cream shop.
yeah, some major me time.
Yes.
Like Cora say, Medea, can I just have some me time, please?
Yes.
Oh boy.
It was a really high-end shopping center.
Oh, yeah. Man, I bet you probably was there.
Yes.
Sort of like Bulger Mall a little bit.
Well, except every shop is outside, and they even have a apartment complex.
So it's sort of like the boardwalk kind of.
Except they have shopping. Except they have apartment complexes.
Oh,
You could live and shop.
so I guess a boardwalk if they had apartments.
Yes, I know these apartments were really high,
I bet they were.
like $1,000 a month, I guess.
You'd probably be like one of the aristocrats in there.
Yeah, I think back in the day they also had a grocery shop, a grocery store in there.
Okay.
Yeah,
They all put all in one thing there.
yeah, and they also have restaurants.
Oh yeah, I could have probably. Oh yeah, obviously they would have that.
Restaurants and places to shop your clothes and
Yeah,
other
man.
miscellaneous items.
Yeah, I mean, any mall's gonna have those now. I know that much. I do know.
It was a shopping village called Paseo, Colorado back then.
Okay.
It been there since 2001.
Yep, right. I say right at the year of the Black Knight.
Yes,
So you was there kind of at the beginning of it.
yes.
Yep. Well, it was a honor to see it there.
Yes.
Doo-doo, doo-doo. Just imagine when you come out the movie theater if you accidentally bumped into Martin Lawrence. Like, oh, hey, excuse me there. How you doing?
Hey, imagine him as the king.
Oh, Martin Lawrence.
Yes,
Maybe if he took over after they defeated the evil king.
yes.
If he stayed in that time period, he might.
Yeah,
He might. It's maybe I guess maybe Victoria would pass it to Victoria. I mean, the Queen. I'm sorry, the Queen would pass her down to Victoria then.
yeah. As his queen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah,
Yep. Maybe maybe if there was a sequel, maybe it'd be him trying to find his way. Maybe he'd be wondering how he would get back there.
yes.
Just to see Victoria again. Depending on how things go with Nicole there.
Oh,
Yeah. Yep. Then,
I think that's all I have.
okay. Well, yep. So, yeah, you can see that was quite an experience for the birthday girl, yeah.
Yeah, back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Dude, it would have been nice if we had cause like I say, it just came to her mind now. But yeah, that would have been really cool if it was back on her birthday.
Well, if it wasn't a parallel universe.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about just doing the review.
Oh,
If we had did this review on your birthday,
oh,
yeah, that would have been kind of cool there.
yes.
Yeah, but we're doing it now.
Yes.
So, like what you heard here, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And also get some available comic books. Also support your boy and his woman on Patreon. You know, we definitely need the love. Even if it's just $1 a month, yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Okay, you've heard, you feel me now. Okay. Yeah, they're doing more. Some back in the day, people thought I looked like Martin Lawrence. That when I was like in high school there.
Yes.
Oh boy.
He was short. but not too short.
Yeah, see now I take off my glasses, I look more like Uncle Phil. Sort of like Martin and Double Toasted. He looked just like Uncle Phil. I'm sort of like a young Uncle Phil.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. The same body structure but younger. Yeah. Especially when I shaved my head this weekend. Yeah. Dun dun dun. So that's all we got. And look forward to see we're gonna have a couple of the Royal Thoughts coming kind of back to back. I ain't gonna tell you what they are, but they will be one of them will be on my birthday, very special, and one coming shortly after that one gonna be really special. So y'all gonna be in for some double treats on my birthday and following up after it. So until then, we'll see y'all in the next video. Take care, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
And now we will leave with all Thou exit.